Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with me, Vanillaraccoon. Heyo! And this is going to be my take on the pound key not my YouTube challenge. And what it is I'm going to run through a list of 11 questions and provide my response to each one. And hopefully it will give you all a bit more of a little more insight into as to who I am as a person, but also who I am as a content creator. So let's just go ahead and get on with the show. So the very first question is, how do you find out about new videos? Well, usually it's the sub box, because the creators that I would like to see more content from, their videos go in one spot, and I could just easily go there, scroll through, and see who put out a video and watch it when I'm able to. But sometimes I'll drift over to the trending tab and just see what there is, and generally there's really nothing that I really would find entertaining, or I don't really watch all the way through. But the second question is, what's a feature of the site you miss? And I guess this may show my age, but I really do miss the video response feature. And that is because it would be a way to stir up conversations, and like one person would be able to put out a video, and if someone had a response to it, then they'd be able to just put out a video and let that be, and it'd be right beneath the primary video, the original source of the topic that is being discussed. And it would just be a way where person A and person B would be able to sit down and engage in conversation, but also provide two separate perspectives on a subject for a third person who may just be wandering through videos and stumble upon. The third question is, what's your least favorite trend on YouTube? Now, this may be a little contradicting because I am taking part in this, but my least favorite trend on YouTube is just hopping on the bandwagon with whatever is going on as of late. And I say that may be a little contradicting, but only to a certain extent. If someone is hopping on a bandwagon to produce a video that is of the latest trend and it is not beneficial in any way, then that's when that trend is my least. Then that's when that would be my least favorite trend. Whereas if the trend were to be informative or educational, but also have its own bit of entertainment thrown in there, then that's when I would consider hopping on the bandwagon to not be such a bad thing. The fourth question is, what's the most drastic thing you've done to get views and subs? I'm going to answer this very simply because it's going to tie into the fifth question, but to answer the fourth, what is the most drastic thing that I've done to get views and subs? That is live streaming here on YouTube. Now, the fifth question is, do you have any regrets on YouTube? And they break this question down into three separate things. The first being content, the second being strategy, and the third being personal. So, right off the bat, I want to make it very, very clear. I myself do not really believe in having regrets. I believe in making mistakes and learning, being able to identify them at some point in time, and then beginning to learn from them so that history does not repeat itself. But when it comes to streaming, and I'm going to answer those three categories, I'm going to respond to that question in the three categories that I just listed. So when it comes to content, streaming, people were subscribing to my channel for live streams and not so much for videos. Sure, maybe a few subscribers would check out a video, but they really wouldn't. I guess they may have felt obligated to watch a video just because they were subscribed, but they ultimately were just subscribed for streams. And I have always stated that I am a content creator before I am a broadcaster. I put my heart, my soul, my time, my energy, my passion is in creating content, creating the next greatest video for you all to watch. And then if I have the chance to, I may do a live stream. And yeah, so I don't want to go any more into that because I've done so a number of times in the past. But when it comes to strategy, at one point in time, I became real devoted to doing YouTube in a almost in a zealous form. From the moment I woke up to the moment my head would hit the desk, because I would sometimes sleep here at my desk, or to the moment my head would hit the pillow, I would always be working on something for YouTube. And that became a shot in the foot, because I would begin to overthink things. I would begin to overanalyze things. I would see things for what they really weren't. I would get up in my head and start thinking, oh, this is happening because of that. This is happening because of this. And it just wasn't really a fun thing. It was not a healthy way to do YouTube, I guess you could say. So that's why I gradually started to step back from doing YouTube. Instead of producing content on a daily basis or producing multiple videos on a daily basis, I would just, now it's like, okay, it's Sunday, let me go ahead and think out what videos I want to produce for this upcoming week, prioritize them, and then just begin working on them. And in the event that a video would need more time and I may not be able to get to any other videos or as many other videos as I would like to, then so be it. But when it comes to personal, I really don't have anything on a personal level that I wish I had not done on YouTube. I'm thankful for having met the people that I did, and even though some people may not be in my life anymore, or some people and I may not interact as much as we used to, I'm still at least glad to have met them, and I wish them the best with YouTube and also with IRL. And to those that are still in my life but we may not interact so much, so long as they know I'm always there for them when I can be, I at least like to think that we're on good terms and such. So moving on to the sixth question, that is, how has your channel changed since 1 year ago? Well, the very first thing that comes to my mind is the sub count. I mean, this time last year I was sitting at about 300 subscribers, and now I'm like at 1.1k subscribers. But pushing that to the side now and focusing on something that I would consider to be an important change in my channel is the interaction. But again, this time last year I was heavily focusing on live streaming more so than producing content, and so people back then would comment on a video asking me either, hey, are you going to be live streaming today? Did I miss your live stream today? And when is the next live stream going to be? But nowadays, people are starting to comment because they're actually paying attention to the video and, engaging in conversation from something from the video, or even starting up a conversation because of the video. The seventh question is, what do you do to support your favorite creators? And well, first off the bat, what I do is I drop them a follow on any and all social medias that I can. I'm on Twitter at Vanillaraccoon, and I'm also on Instagram, if you have to guess my Insta handle. But it's at Vanillaraccoon. But I'll drop them a follow on all the social medias, and that's so that I can get all the latest news and updates for their YouTube videos, along with their broadcast, whether it's on Twitch, Beam, or I think there's another streaming platform that I can't remember off the top of my head. Anywho, I'll do that, but then I'll also, for their videos, I'll actually comment on the video, because YouTube in their algorithm, they have it so if YouTube sees a video is getting more and more comments, then that video and that person is more likely to get promoted and be discovered. Whereas if a video is just getting likes, that could be some bot liking the video, and YouTube won't really promote that video, or that person may not get discovered as to someone who is having interaction on their videos. That's why I always comment on my fellow peeps' videos and such. And even though sometimes they may like a video and a tweet is sent out because of that, I'd like to see some interaction on my videos, guys. But moving on to the eighth question, that is, how do you define success? Now, here on YouTube, that is you can get a handful. No, I take that back. You can get an endless amount of responses from people as to how they would define success. But for me, I would define success as being able to produce content that gets people thinking. It gets people to think outside the box, see things in a different perspective, in a different line of light, and maybe even if they so choose to, if they so wish to, they can even adopt different ways to approach things, handle things, do things, think of things, whatever the case may be. It's just a way to be able to reach out to people and just get them thinking. So long as you can plant the seed in someone's mind, then let nature take its course and let whatever happens happen from that. Being able to impact someone's life, I guess, really is what I'm trying to say. The ninth question is, are you happy? Ultimately, yes, I am, because I'm still producing the content that I want to produce, that I have set out to do ever since day one on January 26, 2014. But, with that all being said, I would like to see some more interaction on my videos with people either engaging in conversations from the video or because of that video, as opposed to seeing on Twitter, so-and-so liked my video. That's just like, hey, thank you for liking it, but what about it did you like and such? The 10th question is, why do you do YouTube and how long do you think you'll keep doing it? So, when I was a wee little kid, I always wanted to be a rock star, whether that was being the lead guitarist in a heavy metal band or being a music composer, composing soundtracks for movies and or video games, or just being the guy who is screaming his vocal cords out in a screamo thrash metal band. But when I had gotten sober back in October of 2014, I started to play video games more so than composing music or focusing on my studies, and I started to look at YouTube as a way that I could share these ideas that I had. I could share them with the world, share them with my neighbors, share them with my friends, so on and so forth. And eventually, I started to do YouTube not only as an outlet to help me cope with early sobriety, but it also became a way that I could begin to be vocal with whatever idea I had brewing up in my head, a way that I could share a method of building a rustic medieval fantasy steampunk house in Minecraft, to showing how to get a killing spree in some Halo game, or even show that you don't have to watch Pacific Rim to watch huge mechs fighting in Titanfall and such. It became a way that I could be informative, but also be entertaining to others as well. But how long do I think I'll keep doing it? Well, there's a saying that goes, if you love what you do, you'll never have to work a day in your life. And ever since January 26, 2014, I've loved every day of doing YouTube. Yes, there are some days that have its ups and some days that have its downs, and some days that have a bit of both. But ultimately, it's about, in my opinion at least, enjoying the journey. And whether I reach my destination, whatever it may be, I just want to enjoy the ride for what it is. And I am still. If there comes a day where if there comes a day where it's like, I really don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that, and that begins to snowball with not just one series on the channel, but with just everything and anything involving YouTube, then obviously it's time to rethink why I'm doing YouTube. But I love doing what I'm doing, whether it's on camera or even off camera. The 11th question is, has YouTube made your life better or worse? I'm going to have to say YouTube has helped make my life much better than what I thought it could have been nearly 3 years ago now at this point. Holy crap. Wow. Hard to think it's almost been 3 years since I started YouTube. But I would have to say it's made my life so much better than what I thought it could be, than what I could have envisioned it to be, because I've been able to grow as a person by meeting amazing people, being able to sit down and chat with people I may not have thought that I could have had the opportunity to do so. And I've also been able to meet you guys, the viewers, whether it's the person who is just commenting first or, hey, I liked your video. Could you check out my channel and let me know what you think of my videos? To the guy who is like, hey, Van, I really enjoy this series because of reason XYZ. 0, 1, 2, 3 quack dolphin wave, uh, just doing YouTube, meeting the people that I've been able to meet and do the things that I've had the chance to do has helped me in the long run. And I'm truly, genuinely thankful for everything that has come from doing this. Being able to do this, let alone, is a tremendous opportunity that I'm really glad and thankful for. But that's going to do it for this video. Now, supposedly, I am to choose 3 candidates and call them out to then continue this trend. So my candidates that I've chosen are going to be Budacat, Kane83, and Thumper. So you guys, whether you're watching this or you hear through the grapevine that you're supposed to now do this, I look forward to seeing what you have to say in regards to these 11 things on this list. And I'd really love to hear what you all think about what the viewers and such. I'd really love to hear what you guys have to say and what your thoughts are on the 11 things that I touched on in this video, or even if you have a comment to make on my own response, I'd love to hear what you have to say about that, because I'd love to start up a conversation and at the end of it agree with one another, agree to disagree with one another, or simply begin to think about things in a different line of light, because that's all. So long as you're able to listen with an open mind, nothing bad can come from that. The worst thing that can happen is you lose an X amount of time of your life, but then again, what would you have been doing in that X amount of time? So thank you all ever so much for tuning in. If you like what you see, then please give that like button a hug and subscribe for the latest buzz. And if you had a blast with a good laugh, then make sure you favorite this video and share it with a friend or two. But until next time, peeps, this is Vanillaraccoon. Peace out. Bum 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 ba ba da da dum bum 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 ba ba da da dum bum 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 ba ba da da dum do 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 do